I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from me, and he shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen. Everybody comes in, your grandmother.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, and by the way, you know, I sit on the stand. One of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. I got a lot of, and so he's up on the board listening. I said, hey, Esther, I got hairy legs. Off the board, I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, this was mostly, kids used to come up and reach in public housing behind it. Rub my leg my down. Car, there was a gate I was straight, and I parked my car outside the gate. Come back up again. And he said, I'll be waiting for you. He was waiting for three guys in straight races jumping on my lap. Not a joke. And there was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pulls. By the way, you know, he was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement. That turn, that turn filter is. You know the chain? There used to be a chain that went across. And the kids used to come up and reach in, and he cut off the 6 foot length of chain. He pulled up and said, you walk out and then watch the chain. and you walk up to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. Jumping on my lap. I said, you kidding me? And I've loved kids. He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. You shouldn't be. And by the way, so I walked out on chain. And to get hot, I walked up to my car. Hairy legs. And those days used to have the straight razor, bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in the rain barrel, get them rusty. And the kids used to come up and reach and I looked at them. But I was smart then. So it was first of all, I said, here, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, I'll kick you out again. But I shouldn't have called about roaches. I apologize for that. Restoring the soul. And I apologize. But I didn't know that apology was going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that. Not for getting out. I got hairy legs. 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 I got hot. I got hairy legs. Ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, I mean what I say. He said, no, if you don't kids used to come up right in. And I walked up to my days, used to remember the straight razors, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, come back, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, you'd bang them on the curb, bang them on the curb, on the curb, you'd bang them on the curb, you'd bang them on the curb, you'd bang them on the curb, bang them on the curb, bang them on the straight razor, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, 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 get them rusty. So straight as straight razor, bang them on the curb, come back up, put them in a rain barrel, and look at them. I learned about roaches, I looked at them on my lap, but I was smart. First of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off. By the way, you know I again, but I shouldn't have called you. And to get hot, I got hairy legs. That I apologize. That's going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize. And the kid used to come out, reaching, apologize for what I said. He said, okay, straight, and then watch the hair. Heart begins to beat again. Come back up again. Nobody. I learned about roaches. I learned about kids. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I've loved kids jumping. And I did. And back in those days, shot things. By the way, you know, I sit on his day, had to use, and to get hot, I got hair, you had hairy legs. That turn, I say it. And so he was up on the board, hey, Esther, you, off the board. I'll come up and drag. Kids used to come up and reach, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car is straight, and then watch the hair. These were all come back up behind. Like Laura, was a gate about roaches. I learned my car outside on my lap. Because and I said, I'll be waiting for them. Wait for three guys in straight razors. And by the way, not a joke, I sit on the stand. There's a guy named Bill White. Get hot, I got hairy legs. That turn. He was a mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name is Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you'd like to see help out and not both the other way, give me a look. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from,
he said, no,
you don't get far unless you ask. My name is Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by God. And I have a simple proposition. I'm here to ask you for your help. You don't get far unless you ask. My name is Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Give me a look. We hold these truths.
And I have a simple proposition. I'm here to ask you for your help. You apologize.
We hold these truths.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Give me a look. And I have a simple proposition. I'm here to ask you for your help.
And he ran from bad boys. And I did. Back in those days, he shot things and changed. We hold these truths. All men and women created by God. You don't understand.
I have a simple proposition. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Let's ask. My name is Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate outside my car. I'm here to ask you for your help. My name is Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate. the United States.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I'm here to ask you for your help. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. On at night.
You shouldn't be disappointed.
Make sure the kids hear word.
Jesus Christ. Hey y'all, welcome to the Goddamn. I am your host, the motherfucker, and I've got a goddamn show for y'all. So I'm very proud of myself with that introduction. Also, I woke up extremely high, so please bear the fuck with me. I woke up at around 8:30, and I walked the goddamn dog, and then I looked at the watch that I don't have, because I don't wear a watch, because I'm not a loser. And so I went upstairs and looked at the time on my computer. Turns out, it's 8:55, so that was a problem. Something like that, and so I'm a little late today. I apologize. But goddamn. So welcome to the motherfuck. I'm your host, the bitch-ass bitch. And we got a show. There's an update to the Ben Burgess saga, actually. There was a second tweet. A second shooter, if you will. Or a second spitter. Let me go through this. A second goddamn spitter, babes. We are gonna have a good time, my precious lovelies. I gotta be honest, folks. My beautiful, precious angels. I love content. So I'm gonna get into this Ben Burgess thing again. I realized, like, the other day that I could just, like, milk this forever, and it's just really fun. And, like, there's no downside to it at all, because Ben Burgess already hates me. And at this point, I'm going to be honest, I don't respect him. So I'm just being real. I don't respect him at all anymore. So I'm just going to, like, completely milk this content train until he blocks me. So we'll see how this goes. Don't forget the protest. No, that's first. I'm doing it. I'm queuing that up right now. I just didn't get any show prep done, so I'm looking through my bookmarks. But yeah. Alright, folks. Let's get into the goddamn motherfucking goddamn. This son of a bitch and ass fuck. Emphasis on fuck. Where's Max? Max! Hold the phone, folks. Max has no fucking idea what just happened. Look at him. He's clueless. This dog is clueless. He has no idea. He's living his life. He has no fucking clue what's about to happen. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. He's stretching. He knows something's about to happen. He knows there's something brewing. Come on, Max. I got the dog, folks. The dog! Folks, check this out. He's got it. He's got it. Max, you got it. Oh, hello. You got it. Oh. Oh. All right. It's a little bit of an underwhelming segment. He just got up and got it. But anyway, all right, let's get into the goddamn. Yesterday was day 165 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City in the county of Pasquotank County. And there were not that many people that showed up yesterday morning. There were only a couple of us, but I was the only one chanting because some of the older people, they just don't have what it takes. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. It's they just said that they can't scream because it hurts. So I was the only one going in. So I basically, we circled the county building, the federal building, and I was doing some greatest hits work. And so it was a pretty short demonstration, only lasted about 10 minutes. But either way, gotta show up, even if it's just me, even if it's just a couple of us, you gotta put it in the books, because in my opinion, once you miss a day, it's over. You can't, you can no longer say that you've done X consecutive days. And so now, as a result of this, we can continue to say today will be day 166 of protests. So I'm gunning for 200. And once I get to 200, I will reassess my life. But I'm gunning for 200. I'm not going to let the movement die. I'm not going to let there be any gaps in the record. And so as a result, even if I'm the only one on the megaphone, I'm going to be out there. So I'm being pretty loud. But either way, it was a pretty good demonstration. We got a couple of people that were like, on the other ends of the sidewalks, going like, oh, I got a thumbs up. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but I got a thumbs up at one point. So it's all good. So I'm not quite sure how many people are going to show up today. Today is Sunday. And on Sundays, we do it 1:30. Reminder, I just want to, throw this out there. If you are someone that doesn't want to march, feel free to drive your car along, because we have a couple people that came out today, or yesterday. We have a couple people that just drive their cars along the side of the road with us, to protect us in case a car wants to, try to drive into the sidewalk, which has, people have driven into the crowds, people have attempted to drive into the sidewalks before. So if you just want to kind of, come out and, drive your car along, that's an option. If not, that's okay too. But either way, just throwing that out there. But come on out, folks. Day 166 will be today, and that was day 165. Nothing really too much, just a very quick demonstration, and that's just kind of what we did. Hello, Mr. Mudd. Where the hell is this dog? Max! Come over here, bud. Maxie, come over here. I want to show you off on stream. You're my ornament. I'm going to put you in my purse, Max. You're going to be a purse dog. Look at him. Oh. Look at this goddamn angel, folks. Yeah, I'm going to be doing Thatcher Doom this month. Don't worry about that. Hi. Are you a doggy dog? You're a doggy dog, aren't you? You're a doggy dog. So, folks, I covered this the other day. My dog. Oh, no. I covered this the other day. Ben Burgess wrote a tweet about me, to me, actually, in response to his announcement that he's debating Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, again, advocates for the erasure of transgender people. He supports laws that basically declare that being transgender is unlawful or abusive and bans medical care for trans people. He supports the anti-abortion laws. In fact, he said he wants to go even further, and he also wants to make Texas's awful laws nationwide. Charlie Kirk is a total maniac. But Ben Burgess is okay debating people that agree that, erasing and genociding an entire population, that's good. Gay people, get rid of them. Trans people, get rid of them. Minorities, get rid of them. That's great. Let's debate whether or not black people should be allowed to live. That's Ben Burgess's outlook on life. But if someone is slightly rude to him, you can't do it. You can't debate. Sorry, you're a huge A-word, is what he said. But so he tweeted this on October 1st, and I made a video. But then he tweeted the same thing to Lucy Lemons on Twitter. Now, you might be wondering, looking on the sidebar, the show page, his show page follows me. I don't know why. I don't know who runs the show page, but his show page follows me. So that's interesting. There's a lot going on there, but we'll get back into that later. So Lucy Lemon says, debate Andrea, you coward. Then Burgess responds with, nah! She was a huge asshole to me in her initial video. And that's one of the very short list of reasons that I won't debate someone who wants one. Dash, dash. I don't want to reward and incentivize that shit. Wait. But he's debating Charlie Kirk. He debated Charlie Kirk. You don't want to incentivize someone saying the shit word? That's no good. The shit word. Can't do it. The fuck word, that's too far. But debating Charlie Kirk, someone who in the year 2021 still believes in trickle-down economics, someone who literally advocates for abortion bounty hunters, that's fine. That's great. Let's debate Charlie Kirk. Someone who thinks that transgender people should be executed. That's great. I love debating whether or not transgender people should be executed. That's wonderful. As long as he doesn't call me the fuck word. I don't want to reward and incentivize that shit. But I did 2 other debates on the same topic since all that happened. Yeah, and he lost. He got steamrolled. He debated Aaron Green, someone who's never even debated anyone before. Ben Burgess tried to pick an easy target, got destroyed. He got fucking demolished, right? And then he went on David Feldman's show to cry about how bad he got destroyed in the debate with Aaron. And David Feldman unloaded on him. He got destroyed. He got demolished. The guy's ego is fragile. And that's my problem with Ben Burgess. Now, again, I want to flex my credentials. I am not a Ben Burgess hater. I have his book, right? I guess I read the book. I mean, it's a pamphlet of some description. It's got a couple pages, right? I was a fan of Ben Burgess up until this saga. I gave him some very light criticism. Very light criticism. And he flipped the fuck out. And that's my problem with Ben Burgess, is you are not allowed to criticize him. He is one of those people whose ego is so goddamn massive that if you criticize him at all in good faith, you're done. You're canceled. The guy wrote a book about how canceling comedians is a bad thing, and he canceled me because I used the fuck word and the shit word. Meanwhile, he's begging Charlie Kirk to debate him, using charity as a carrot, to debate someone who supports mass genocide, someone who supports abortion bounty hunters, someone who wants a second civil war, someone who wants to install Trump as a dictator. That's fine. I'll debate someone who's a far right-wing fascist. That's great. But even having a conversation with someone who slightly disagrees with me on one topic, it's too much. It's too much. The reason why he's debating Charlie Kirk and not me is because he's a clout chaser. He wants to get some recognition. Oh, hey, I debated Charlie Kirk. That's why if you look at his Twitter feed, it's just being like, oh yeah, in the debate with Charlie Kirk. Like that's an era for him now. That's like an event. It's like, oh yes, when I debated Charlie Kirk. It's like, we all know you debating Charlie Kirk accomplishes nothing because neither of you are going to come out thinking anything else. And no one who watches the debate is going to come out thinking anything else. People are only going to watch the debate if they're fans of Charlie Kirk and they're going to come away thinking Charlie Kirk's really funny and you're stupid. Or if they're fans of you, they're going to come away thinking Charlie Kirk is really stupid and you're really funny and smart. That's it. That's all the debate accomplished. But he won't debate me because he knows, 1, that I'm correct and he's stupid and he doesn't want to actually admit that he's wrong. 2, he doesn't want to have a debate where people who follow him originally find the debate and then go like, ooh, Ben Burgess is a little off the plot. That's why he's, again, did 2 debates with David Feldman and Aaron Green and then tried to cover them up, never talks about them. He goes on his Twitter page, oh, the debate with Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Does he go on his Twitter page going like, when I debated David Feldman on January 6th? No, he doesn't. He wants to cover it up because he got steamrolled. He got embarrassed. And again, I don't respect Ben Burgess at all anymore after this. I'm going to be honest. If you're going to write a book about cancel culture and how comedians should be able to have a free pass saying whatever they want, and then as soon as a comedian says a very, very light criticism of you, but uses curse words when they do that, and then you have a flip-out meltdown that lasts for 5 months, I'm sorry, I can't respect that. It would be like if I wrote a book, all right, about how everyone should be a vegetarian, and then I got caught in a candid photo eating chicken wings. It's literally, it's the definition of hypocrisy. You wrote an entire book on a subject that you're not going to follow. Why would I read a book if you don't believe the words in the book that you wrote? What's the point? You wrote a book about something that you don't believe. It would be like if I wrote a book about how great capitalism is. Why would you read it? I don't believe in it. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of my time, and it's just not real. It's fake and it's dumb. And so again, I have no respect for Ben Burgess. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really, like, all he had to do was, like, you know, we had the conversation in DMs. I apologized to him in DMs for using naughty words. All he had to do is say, like, maybe I'm busy, you know, like, he could have come up with a better excuse, but he didn't. He pulled the Glenn Greenwald strategy. I don't know, man. It's embarrassing. So I hope Ben Burgess gets his shit together because as of right now, I can't stand the motherfucker. My strategy, Sal, that I would recommend is just peppering him with the reminders for the rest of his internet career. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just being very transparent with my strategy here. I want to treat this like a Steven Crowder situation. The guy, first of all, is clearly afraid to debate me. Now, second of all, I'm also the nicest debater in the world. Can we talk about this? Like, I debated, like, some, like, weird Force the Voter, which, again, shout-outs to Jason for coming on the show. But I had a debate with a weird Force the Voter, and I was super nice and respectful. I think a lot of what Jason on my show last week was saying was stupid, dumb fuck garbage. But I was the nicest debater in the world, right? I've debated literal neo-Nazis, and I've been very respectful to them. So the idea that Ben Burgess is afraid to debate me, I think is ridiculous. The guy's just a fucking scaredy cat. So again, I think it would be great if people just pester him for the rest of his career about it, because I think it's going to be funny, and I'm going to be streaming for the rest of his career. My career will outlast his career, and so as long as that happens, he's not going to escape the fact that he dodged a debate with me. It doesn't even need to be a debate. It could just be a conversation. It doesn't even need, but you know, whatever. What are you gonna do? Mr. Freak, settle the fuck down. The alternative revisionist history is not good. So we got some more goddamn. Let's get into the damn. The damn ass goddamn. The goddamn ass goddamn. So I saw this. This is really funny. China to ban video games that promote effeminate males and gay love. According to the leaked memo, Beijing no longer sees gaming as entertainment, but as an art form that must promote correct values. Folks, I don't know how many times I need to tell you this. China is fucking garbage, right? Now, again, there's going to be a certain sect of the viewer base that's going to be like, right? The United States is also garbage. We're talking about the government. I'm not talking about the people who live there. I'm talking about the governmental apparatus. China is fucking trash. Shit on my shoes. Right? When Max takes a fucking big fat dump in the front, like in the front lawn, right? And sometimes like the next day I'll like be running somewhere and I step in it. That's the same feeling I get when I read an article like this. China is shit on my goddamn shoes. China is to ban video games that promote effeminate males and gay love as part of its... Also, what does that mean, promote? Like, is being gay, like, an option, but it's not in any of the promo material, or it's not in any, like, tutorial, like, it's just an option, but it's not told as all, right? So, like, I know, like, there's these video games, right, where you get to choose, like, whatever gender you want, and then you can, like, be romantic with whatever, any character in the game. There's no locked characters, you know, because of your gender choice, right? Are they gonna have to remaster those games, or are those games banned? Like, what if it's not anywhere advertised at all, but it's just possible in the game? What is the word promote here? Is doing a lot of work. What is promote? Effeminate males and gay love as part of its latest attempt to tighten its grip on the country's technological sector. China's fucking trash. According to a leaked memo obtained by the South China Morning Post, Beijing no longer sees gaming as entertainment, but as an art form that must promote correct values, and has implemented a raft of changes. Characters must have a clear gender, and plots cannot have blurred moral boundaries, the memo says, reflecting the undercurrent of anti-LGBT attitudes in government. What does that mean, blurred moral boundaries? Does that mean there's not allowed to be any gay characters? What if you kill the gay characters? Is that allowed? What the fuck is this garbage? I mean, like, seriously. I mean, this is ridiculous. If regulators can't tell the character's gender immediately, the setting of the characters could be considered problematic and red flags. What if they're like an animal or a robot or an android? What is that? Like a character? What if it's a game like, you know, Nintendo games with like Donkey Kong? Who knows what Donkey Kong's gender is? It's a goddamn gorilla. Right? Like, are you gonna ban Donkey Kong because you don't know if Donkey Kong's clearly male or female? What? What? What about robots? What about if a character is in like a battle armor, like Halo? Halo's characters are in like fucking giant armored suits. You can't tell what their face looks like. You can't tell any features. What is this? It's garbage. It's stupid, and it's barely enforceable. University of Hong Kong Associates Professor Gang Song told AFP that the crackdown is driven in part by the perception that effeminate men are physically weak and emotionally fragile, and are thus unable to effectively defend the nation from threat. Yo, these motherfuckers are stupid as hell. Other new rules mean that games which encourage players to defeat barbarians could be flagged for spreading colonialism. What does that mean, defeating barbarians? What does that even mean? What is that literally, like, what is it? Well, historical events and figures must not be refashioned. Huh? China is also attempting to curb gaming addiction amongst its youth. Yeah, I already covered that. Under 18s can only play a game for an hour a day on Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays. What the hell? Right? Like, isn't that incredible? So again, this is another one that's really, like, I read a little bit more into this. Historical events and figures must not be refashioned. So, like, a game like Wolfenstein, where, like, it's an alternate, like, you know, reality where the Nazis won or whatever, banned. Banned. Like, even, like, that's the thing, is, like, while historical events and figures must not be refashioned, in the original Wolfenstein games, well, the id ones, right, you kill Adolf Hitler. Well, clearly, a made-up fictional character didn't kill Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler killed himself. Is that refashioning history? You're playing a game and you're killing Hitler. That's bad, because Hitler wasn't killed. He killed himself. What is that? What does that even mean? Like, any historical game that isn't 100% correct is banned? Are all of the Call of Duties banned? What is that? Like, I'm seriously grasping at straw. Like, is Age of Empires banned? Because you're allowed to have, like, make up your own scenarios? Like, what is the world here? What is, like, how would you enforce this? Why would you enforce this? And who gives a fuck? China is fucking trash, bro. I don't know what else to tell you. If you're a China fan, you're fucking stupid. Again, I want to reiterate my opinion on China. We can take lessons from good things. We are allowed to look at things and say, that's good, that's bad. Let's take the good, let's leave the bad. That's called progress. That's called improvement. China's trash. End of story. Goddamn, son of a bitch, and goddamn, folks. I'm looking through Google News. We're about at that time. Mila, $5. Happy birthday, Tyler. Where's Tyler? Hey, Tyler. Where's Tyler? Hey, Tyler. Happy birthday. Thanks for the money. Jimmy Bones, I highly disagree with the assessment that, quote, most progressives think China will be our savior. I think a lot of people realize China has a significantly better economic model than the United States, but that it's definitely far from ideal. There are, though, a bunch of those weird China sycophants that are stupid as fuck, and those people should be rightfully mocked and made fun of. Yo, what the fuck is this? Folks, this is great. All right. The Yang Gang, folks, let's get it. When I ran for president, it messed with my head. This is a Politico piece. Look at this fucking photograph. He's looking like he's a lost boy in a shoe shining shop. I love the math pin. All right. It's your birthday. Imagine going into a room and finding dozens of people have gathered together to see you. They toast your arrival. There is so much excitement. They ask you to give a speech. You are very flattered. You give a speech that speaks to how touched you are that they are there for you. You talk about the occasion that has brought you all together. You want it to be genuine. No, not so short that it seems perfunctory, but not so long that it seems self-indulgent. Your birthday speech goes great. People want to talk to you and congratulate you. You are happy to see them. You shake hands, blah, blah, blah. Your friends, broad friends, it's that kind of party. Now imagine if that happened to you every night. Not just every night, but several times during the day as well. And in addition to being your birthday every day, you periodically visit television sets to talk to a TV personality. The host greets you in the green room, and you find yourself studying a face that you've seen many times before. This is the sob story that Andrew Yang is now, I guess, trying to promote. Yeah, sure. I ran for president, had horrible policies, got steamrolled, and then ran for New York City mayor, had horrible policies, got steamrolled. But now, can you feel bad for me, please? Is that possible? Can someone feel bad for me? And also, running for president is optional. I get it. It's interesting to think about, how it affects your mental state, for sure. And that's something I genuinely would value. right? But it's optional. You can just choose not to run for president. Like, it's very, very much so an option. You have a call with this person in 5, and you are on the road 4 days a week from your family. You get back to the hotel room, and your face is tired from smiling or making expressions. That's a bit of what it feels like running for president, and it should worry us that all of our leaders are subject to it. No, it shouldn't. You should be able to handle some very, very bare, like, low-level anxiety and stress. If you are running to be president, I want you to be able to handle a stressful situation. I want you to do well in a stressful situation. That's why Trump was such a horrible president. In early 2019, still in the thick of the presidential campaign, Zach Grauman, my campaign manager, said to me, "We need to give you a different haircut and update your wardrobe." I said, "No one cares what I look like. Bernie looks like the scientist from Back to the Future that pointed to just stand for the cop. Zach shook his head and said, "That's not true. Bernie's old. You're young. People care that you're wearing a weird button or a suit that doesn't look quite right. I'm going to set you up with a hairdresser and tailor." I want to be very clear. If I ever run for political office, I'm dressing like this. I'm not wearing a pin. I'm not wearing a suit. I'm not wearing a fucking dress. I'm not wearing any of that shit. I'm dressing like this, bro. With my hair looking like shit. Yeah, that's right. Because I'm not a fucking sellout. I went along with it. I already had to get used to wearing makeup for television appearance that I often kept on for the rest of the day. The most irritating thing was using hair product again after taking a 20-year break. Apparently hair gel was upgraded to hair wax at some point, which seemed like an improvement from my old studio line gel from L'Oreal. Wow, we're getting some deep lore here. Imagine relearning how to groom yourself in your mid-40s. People talk about running for office or running for president as an act of leadership. I'm not so sure about that. I actually think in many respects, running for president requires qualities that would make you a terrible leader. Whoa. When I was CEO of Manhattan Prep, a test prep company, I would often teach class, I don't care, more about me and my experience. If you see a CEO chasing press, that person's company is probably headed for trouble. Okay. In the context of presidential politics, it was the opposite. The job was simply the seeking of attention. You would seek press virtually all the time. Interviews and press or an in-person event that would hopefully attract press were the job. When I wasn't on the road, I would wake up on a typical day and head to a television studio first thing in the morning, go to the office to film some digital ads, do several interviews, and then head to a grassroots fundraising event that night. On a presidential campaign, you make the big initial hires. But then as the campaign grows, it adds more people quickly, often people who played a similar role for another campaign. It was jarring to me to show up to an office in New Hampshire, or New York, or an event in New Hampshire and meet someone, only to be told this person is now working for you as a field organizer, digital outreach, blah, blah, blah. I would thank the person and be genuinely grateful, but it felt strangely impersonal. When I ran my own company, I made sure to blah, blah, blah. In national politics, it turns out you're not as much of a CEO as you are as the product. Like, what is this, folks? I'm trying to get through this because I love the cringe. I love making fun of the Yanger. But, I mean, like, again, like, yes, running as a leader is deeply impersonal, deeply dehumanizing. I guess he's just trying to advertise the book. Is this an excerpt or something? On the campaign trail, I could clearly see how politicians become susceptible to growing so out of touch. You spend time with dozens of people whose schedules and actions revolve around you. Everyone asks you what you think. You function on appearance, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This guy's really trying to do a rebrand. I love this image, by the way. He's looking like fucking like Leave It to Beaver, right, on picture day. Like, this guy is not looking so good. But either way, I think, it's a decent point to bring up that running for president isn't really about showing how, like, Biden, terrible. Biden did a terrible job on everything, and now he's president. What? Right? Like, I don't know. But, either way, this is pretty funny. Apparently he's depressed, I guess. Is this like a, I'm depressed post? Because, shout outs to Depression Gang, but goddamn. I think, personally, you should run for office if you believe in a policy agenda that will help people. And if you believe in a policy agenda that will help people, you would leap at the opportunity to share it. And that's the problem with Andrew Yang, is he didn't have a political platform that would help people. His whole thing was UBI. He tried to be a one-trick pony. And his UBI policy in his website platform specifically stated it wouldn't stack with disability benefits. It wouldn't stack with Social Security. And he advocated to cut welfare programs like food stamps. So his UBI actually wouldn't have been a UBI at all. It would have just been a way to funnel more money to the middle class and upper class, and then the poverty-stricken folks would lose their other social programs, have it replaced with UBI, maybe net a couple extra $100, but would still be stuck in that world. His policy platform was garbage. So the only reason he ran was to be a vanity person. He ran for his own selfishness and narcissism. And so that's what this is about. If you actually care about things, look at Bernie Sanders. He said it himself. No one cares what Bernie looks like. Why? Because Bernie actually speaks to the people. He can go up there with the crazy hair and like he looks like he hasn't shampooed in 6 months, right? And his fucking face is literally melting apart and he's doing this with the hands and people love it. Why? Because he's talking about things that will make people's lives better. And he goes up there, he doesn't give a shit about appearance because he goes up there to talk about making people's lives better. That's not what Andrew Yang's campaign was about. His campaign was a brand building exercise, and I'm glad he's depressed. And he should really rethink himself, and he should really just start advocating for actual policy. If he wants people to think he's a real person, that's what this is. Oh, I'm a real person, I have mental health issues. All right, great. Stop taking so much money from fossil fuel companies. Stop taking so much money from the weapons industry. Maybe stop unequivocally supporting Israeli occupation on Palestine, for example. That's one of his most notorious flubs. The guy's garbage. I don't know what to tell you. So, fuck Yang. All my homies hate Yang. We saw through him the whole time. No, I gotta sneeze again, folks. Go watch the update, Felix. What am I, your maid? What am I, your goddamn maid? Folks, let's get into some fun content, shall we? We've been making fun of a lot of stupid motherfuckers on the stream today. Also, I'm gonna look at my nose with the camera as a mirror. Is this like sunburn? Is this like a blister from sunburn? What do y'all think? Should I worry about that? Could that be skin cancer? Do I have skin cancer? Am I gonna die? Do I have skin cancer? Uh-oh. Mila says, uh-oh. I have skin cancer, don't I? I have skin cancer, don't I? Tumor, oh no. Is it lupus? Is it lupus? It's definitely not a freckle. I am very white, that's true. But it's probably really bad. God damn it. I'm not wearing a t-shirt, fuck you. It's like a little rubber pencil, but with the middle finger. Look at that. You see that shit? Look at the motion blur on that motherfucker. Look at that. I got 2 middle fingers, motherfucker. Wait, I do. Whoa! Look at this. I'm washing your fucking windshields with these motherfuckers. All right. Anyway, let's get into the next segment. David motherfucking goddamn Rubin was asked, hey Dave, Are you vaxxed? Here's how he responded.
Yes, children could transmit the disease, although they rarely do, but the parents are all vaccinated if they're good, decent citizens. So I don't really understand the connection, actually.
Are you a good, decent citizen? Are you vaccinated?
It's nobody's business whether I'm vaccinated. That's like me asking you the last time you got laid. I mean, it's just irrelevant.
All right, so what's really relevant is...
It's actually not irrelevant because it doesn't matter when someone got laid unless maybe they picked up an STD or something and you're planning on having sex with them. Then it would be as relevant as this question. But I don't care when someone's getting laid. I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me. Unless, again, I'm planning on fucking them and then they've got some disease that I didn't know about. And now I'm fucked, and not in the good dick way in that instance, right? That's what this is. This is a viral, lethal pandemic that is airborne. It transmits via the goddamn droplets in the air, motherfucker, right? If you are vaccinated, you have less of a chance to spread the disease. If you are unvaccinated, you have more of a chance to spread the disease. It's not that hard. It has nothing to do. It's not like, oh, yeah, what did you have for breakfast today? It doesn't matter what you had for breakfast today. It's not like you can, oh, you had Cap'n Crunch, I'm sorry, and then you come around me and it's like, oh no, I got Cap'n Crunch in my digestive system because you spoke to me. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Dumb motherfucker. Dumb motherfucker. Dumb motherfucker.
You got laid. I mean, it's just irrelevant.
All right, so what's really relevant is that it's one thing if you have the right to choose for your...
My medical history is not your business, nor yours is mine.
Let Clary finish.
Medical history.
Yes, children...
Now, I agree, medical history is no one's business. But again, this isn't medical history. This is vaccination, motherfucker, in a goddamn pandemic that's killed 700,000 Americans. Minimum. Shit's probably undercounted. We probably far exceeded 1 million by now. Dumb ass motherfucker. Dumb motherfucker. I should get into Dave Rubin React content because the guy's really funny. But what a dumb motherfucker. Stupid ass bitch. Let me look at the Dave Clips account. Let's see what we got here. Oh no. This one looks good. I'm just gonna go down the fucking Dave Rubin clips and react to a couple of these. This is great. Alright. So David Rubin, famous internet comedian, an old lefty from way back, is opining on building walls around Wyoming. Let's watch.
What horrible things Greta Thunberg would do.
Yeah.
Because think about what your boss basically said there.
Yeah.
As he's doing it, like the irony is so thick it can't be lost, right? It can't be lost.
Yeah.
And that is the problem.
Folks,
when
I can't with the Goya beans. By the way, remember when Goya came out as pro-Trump? I mean, they still have the Goya beans in the back. I can't.
When we build our parallel economy, or if we really split off into red and blue to the point where there's almost no overlap, is that the red states will basically want to be like, all right, we're doing our thing. Happy to be here.
Reminder, by the way, the red states would kill Dave Rubin. He's gay. He's married to a man. The red states would make that illegal and probably execute him. But just throwing that out there.
You're welcome if you want to come, and you got to be decent and, not vote in all the crazies. But the other states are still going to want the stuff because also they're so driven by jealousy. So once they see the disparate outcomes of how the societies will operate, my God, their hospitals actually work and their economies work and their roads are clean.
So in this guy's hypothetical scenario, the red states would have hospitals that work when... right now, in the real world, in the actual world, the red states are the ones where the ICUs are all full, the emergency rooms are overflowing, and the blue states are the ones that have slightly more ICU space because they have higher vaccination rates. So the hospital systems are actually not overflowing in every blue state, but in almost every single red state, the hospitals are overflowing. People are dying from very simple medical problems that in any other time period 3 years ago, they would have gone in, got like a little snip, and they would be out and they'd be fine in the same day. But now they're dying. But let's continue.
And then, wait a minute, there aren't homeless people on every corner and blah, blah, blah. They're going to want in on that.
Yep.
So I don't know how you solve.
So is Dave Rubin saying that red states are going to give homeless people housing? All right. I'll wait. Because last time I checked, there's a lot of homeless people in Texas. Especially after the great freeze that happened earlier this year and all the hurricanes that keep going through. There's a lot of homeless people in Louisiana. Last time I checked. I live in North Carolina. I see homeless people all the time. So, what?
For that, I really don't know. I had Tucker on my show, Tucker Carlson, a couple weeks ago. We discussed it. He doesn't know. I've talked about it with a lot of our friends, and like nobody really knows. Like, do we have to freaking build walls around states? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we have to have national guards that are going to protect states, like from other states? I mean, these are crazy things and not things that are fun to think about.
No.
But we are in a weird time, and I think
it's realistic. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, it is what it
is.
Who
the hell is interviewing this motherfucker? Like, who's like, yeah, it's realistic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Like they're just in it for the paycheck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're gonna build walls around Wyoming, folks, and we're gonna have like gunmen on towers to keep the libs out. Like, motherfucker. Now, again, I just want to say I endorse this idea. All the right wingers should go to Wyoming. They should go to fucking Texas. They should go, build the walls, and then we'll chill. Like, I'm down. Okay, build your walls. Get your National Guard. Right? Have your hospital systems that are definitely going to work, and leave us the fuck alone. I'm down with that. I, genuinely, very seriously would support a program in the United States that would give every citizen $5,000 or $10,000 with the intent so that they can move to any city that they want, any state that they want. Give every single American, not citizen, but just person that lives here. It doesn't matter if they're a citizen. Make them a citizen real quick if they want. Let them move wherever they want. Let all the dumb fuck motherfuckers go to Wyoming and Texas or whatever, and Oklahoma and Idaho. Let all the dumb fuck motherfuckers, let them build their walls. I'm down to chill in blue cities, blue states, have actual health care. Not be afraid for my life if someone's going to shoot and kill me because of my status as a fucking queer person, right? That sounds great to me. Let's do it. I'm down with this. Let's fucking go. I'm ready. But anyway, David Rubin not sending his best as far as brain cells are concerned. As far as that is concerned, he's definitely not sending his best. I'm going to see if there's any more. This is fun. I mean, this is great stuff. Oh God, what is this? What is this? Okay, hold up. Okay, this is good. I'm sorry, I didn't do any show prep today, so yes, I'm just going doing this, so bear the fuck with me. Drop a nuke. Oh my God, stop. All right, folks. So, David Rubin was apparently on a podcast. And yes, I'm milking the David Rubin content cow today because I did no show prep. And there's an account called Clips Dave or Dave Clips. And I can just scroll the account and mine some content off of this. So I'm going to do it because I have nothing else to talk about. But apparently this guy was on a podcast discussing civil liberties. Let's watch.
So you describe yourself as a classical liberal. And as such, you're against, I'm assuming, mandating masks and vaccines, even if they can be effective in protecting public health, because that would interfere with personal liberties of what to do with your body and life. Yet in your book, you oppose the legalization of Schedule I drugs because addiction hurts communities. Why are you willing to sacrifice the civil liberties in one case for the public good, but not in the other?
So when I talk about the drug part, it's I'm for legalizing marijuana. I'm not for mandating that everyone smokes it. I'm for legalizing most psychedelics. But then there's another class of drugs, basically, that are so highly addictive. We all know about, I'm sure you guys cover the fentanyl problem we have in the United States, the heroin problem.
We all know.
I was just in New York City, the amount of people that you see on the streets that are just laying there that are obviously on drugs. You go to San Francisco, go to most progressive cities, that you just unfortunately have to balance people's ability to make choices for themselves with some level of public good.
So here's the thing, Vince and Dave. The classical liberal position is that individual liberty is paramount, and there's nothing more that has to do with your own liberties and freedoms is what to do with your own body. So if you are going to say that I can't ingest whatever it is in my body, I think the classical liberal position would be, where does it stop? Can I not drink a big gulp because, you know, it may harm my body and they say sugar is addictive? Where does this actually stop?
Yo, I love this guy.
My question to Dave is really about how he identifies as a classical liberal or even a libertarian when you're saying that there should be these strict guardrails. And then again, when we're talking about ingesting drugs, that's what I'm putting into my own body. But when we're talking about COVID, that is something that could affect the people around me. So that's a little bit different. And so I'm trying to understand how it is you marry those things.
All right, there's a part 2 of this.
In your book, you say that America is not an imperialist country since we were founded in opposition to British imperialism. How do you marry that to that claim to the reality of conquering of Indian nations, the occupation of Cuba, Haiti, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and most recently
I gotta watch
places in
this
the
whole
Middle
show.
East?
This is great.
Well, I don't know that we're occupying any places in the Middle East right now, but have we made mistakes along the way in terms of foreign policy? Absolutely. I actually addressed that in the book, right?
The genocide of indigenous people, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. Just, we accidentally killed all the indigenous people, stole their land, desecrated their monuments, destroyed their fucking sacred heritage. An accident, whoops. We accidentally dropped nuclear bombs on civilian cities. Just an accident. Totally, like, you know, my finger slipped. I mean,
around that. I think maybe one page after that. We've made some mistakes for sure. I'm completely against nation building. But, you know, when we fought communism and we fought Nazism, we didn't fight in Vietnam and then just take Vietnam as a satellite nation. We didn't fight Nazi Germany and then make it America. We didn't fight, you know, Russia and then make them American. We tried, sometimes very mistakenly or very haphazardly or not very well, to export the ideas of freedom, export the ideas of capitalism and democracy, which I think are the good ideas. We've done it in very sloppy ways. Sometimes we've done it in very backwards ways. I mean, the Iraq War, most people would say was a horrific mistake. And, you know, really nobody has paid for it. And by the way, Joe Biden voted for it. So I would say we're not imperialistic in that we aren't nation building, well, certainly anymore. We are not trying to nation build across the world and expand the American empire.
This motherfucker's eyebrows.
Look at Jason's eyebrows. Across the world and
look at that. That's
the
so
American,
incredible.
Well, so I would say we're not imperialistic in that we aren't nation building, well, certainly anymore. We are not trying to nation build across the world and expand the American empire. So the question really is, okay, do we want to just disassemble every country everywhere? Because that's what really...
Now, again, we have military bases in almost every single country that exists. So if that's not expanding the American empire, I don't really know what is. Like, I really... Like, Dave Rubin, I mean, this guy is one dumb motherfucker. I really don't even know, but I'm going to continue this clip because it's good content.
We would be doing if every country had to say, we were born pure and there was nothing wrong. There was nobody was hurt.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the argument, Dave.
No,
I don't think
that is the argument.
I'm sorry. I don't think that's the argument. I think it's acknowledging that America has engaged in imperialist activity. That's all. It's not saying that other countries haven't done it. Of course, the British, were an imperialist nation. The French, all the Western European nations and other nations around the world have engaged in violent imperial behavior. But the thing is to acknowledge that the United States has also been involved in that.
So, I mean, this is pretty good. I got to watch this show. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, I've been kind of ignoring Dave Rubin for a while, so maybe I'll get back into that, but that's really funny. Also, I love how the guy on the right just basically says nothing. I mean, I really don't understand. Like, again, I just want to be very clear. I am in favor of legalizing heroin. I just want to be very, very upfront about that. I am 100% in favor of legalizing heroin. Legalize cocaine, legalize meth, legalize fentanyl, legalize all that shit. I don't care. My thing is, we need to, like, my number one policy position when it comes to, the idea of drug legalization is education. Right? We need to educate people on what these drugs do, how they work, right? We need to have like an approval process. We need to make sure that people are not like, going to kill themselves and stuff. But that's my thing. But if I want to try heroin and I want to read like a 3,000 page book about it, right? And then like maybe, have like an addiction stopper drug, that's manufactured because, heroin's legalized and therefore people can look into ways to make it a little bit easier to ingest or whatever. That would be great. That'd be great. But either way, that's pretty funny. So there's some Dave Rubin content for y'all. I'm going to try to cover one more thing and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. Let's look through Google News. Google ass motherfucking news. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, folks. What's up, Frank? How's it going? What the hell is this website? What the hell? 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 Woman killed in triple homicide. Oh. Oh, folks, we got some breaking ass news. Hold the phone. Where's the phone? Hold the phone. I can't find the phone. I found the phone. Hold the goddamn, folks. Let's go. Oh! All right, this is even better. Hold up. Folks, I often say on this program that there is no such thing as a good cop. But after reading the news every single day for the last several years, I have finally found the good cop. Let's read. Illinois State Police death. Trooper Gerald Mason dies from shooting on Dan Ryan. This is in Chicago. An Illinois state trooper died after a shooting Friday afternoon on the inbound Dan Ryan Expressway near 43rd Street. His death has been ruled a suicide from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office said Saturday. Officer down, motherfucker. Let's get it. Illinois State Police. Now, again, if anyone is feeling suicidal, I feel the need to say this. I've been suicidal. I would recommend quitting your job instead of killing yourself. That's just my recommendation. I would just recommend quitting your job, leaking all of their intel, exposing all of your coworkers that have committed crimes. That's what I recommend. But either way, this is, a good number 2. He was taken to the University of Chicago, blah, blah, blah. There was no known threat to public, okay. A woman was driving. She was driving. State police said Mason worked for District Chicago and was an 11-year veteran of the force. ISP said Mason was on duty when he died from a single gunshot wound to the head. Many people called Mason the Hulk. He even ripped his trooper pants during a food pursuit. What the fuck? What the hell? Witnesses say they saw police pull Mason out of the car and take him to the hospital. I know they seem like superheroes on many days, but they are not immortal. They are not indestructible. They don't seem like superheroes. They look like dumb motherfuckers most of the time. They are humans with hearts, minds, souls, and are as fragile as the next person. I doubt that. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved my son. Okay, I'm sorry about that. They asked me if I had a son. She said yes. Oh, I mean, I would disagree with that. I don't know what else to say. I love him. Okay, rip. Mason's body was escorted. Mason's mother said firstborn son. Okay. Officer down, motherfucker. Illinois, you're one less destructive, evil supervillain in the police force there. So that's pretty good. I don't know what else to say, but we finally found the one good cop, folks. I don't know. It's like the needle in a haystack. Finally found the motherfucker. Don't know what else to tell you. But either way, that's the show. Thank you all for watching the show today. I apologize for being late. So, folks, I will be completing this video game today, live on stream. I am planning on starting the stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So that will be 2, 3, 4, 5 hours from now-ish. 4 hours and 40 minutes from now. 4 hours and 40 minutes from now, I will be finishing this video game as part of the Spook 5 Kilar, my 5th annual horror marathon on my YouTube channel. And so we're going to be finishing Muppet Monster Adventure. And it's a great game, and you're going to love watching it. I just started watching part 2 before the show. You better finish watching part 2 before part 3 airs. Again, I want to be very clear. This year, I am not going to be just doing video games. I've got some other plans in store. And so I'm going to go to the store, and I'm going to buy some more plans, and I'm going to bring them back, and I'm going to build the plans. And that's it. So in case you're not a gamer, I know there's a lot of non-gamers in the chat because, you know, y'all are, let's be honest, y'all are basically China's government right now. You're trying to censor my ability to play video games. And that I don't agree with. You got to watch the stream. It's going to be really good. Now, again, also, reminder that I will take any question and answer. Now, well, I will not guarantee I will answer any question. There's, you know, certain topics that are off limits. But, you know, if you want to ask me, like, what I ate for breakfast, I don't know what I've eaten for breakfast because I woke up 10 minutes before the show, so I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So if you want to know what I'm eating for breakfast, you're going to have to watch the next stream later today in 4 hours and 40 minutes and ask. The game, I mean, I can turn the volume down, Sal. Goddamn, just come in the chat and say the volume's too loud and I'll turn it down. It's not that goddamn hard. Jesus! Fuck! I'm gonna turn my wax warmer on. Sandalwood. Alright, folks, thank you all for watching. 4 hours, 40 minutes from now, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time. I don't know which one we're in. Eastern Time. I'm on the East Coast at this current moment in time. At this time, I'm on the East Coast. In 4 hours and 40 minutes from now, I will still be on the East Coast, bar any unforeseen things that could occur. And I will be streaming Muppet Monster Adventure. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye. That's it. That's the show. Get the fuck out. God-ass motherfucking damn, it's finally over. Oh shit, my mic's still on.
But I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe with the money flying at her, the juxtaposition of that versus some of the things that we've canceled recently, some of the things we have said are too dangerous to continue while we're talking about WAP, which stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket. Stands for wet ass pussy. Stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket and the whole thing. Now, again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it? So fine. But the strange way we deal with cancel culture, the strange way that the mainstream version of everything that we get is so out of whack with reality. So we took out Mr. Potato Head because he was a Mr. and now he's just Potato Head. He's got no gender, even though really his gender was only decided whether you put the mustache on him, although I'm pretty sure girls can have mustaches now. And the point is that we get rid of all of these things and then we say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe, that's all okay. But I think the juxtaposition of that and the business to said canceled recently. Some of talking about WAP stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket.
Everybody comes in your grandmother, everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy. Comes in your grandmother.
Is anyone still here? Because you shouldn't be. You fucker.